Well, the answer to that, and I think John bifurcated that into a couple of different, the two main functions of futures markets, which are price discovery and risk management. And his point was that for risk management purposes, yes, they do work. And I think you would have to conclude that that is a true statement with the expansion of access in these markets now. At CME Group, we have partnerships in Brazil, Malaysia, Mexico, Korea, Dubai, and just 2 weeks ago announced one in Ukraine. So electronification of the markets was one of John's points in the new reality that has led to this this growth in trading volumes and access around the world, and that's certainly true as the markets converted from traditional open outcry, and this was only in the mid-1990s that this happened. They converted to electronically traded markets, and that allowed them to expand around the world, and that's also then, I think, enhance the price discovery function of the markets as well. The producers in Brazil and the producers in Malaysia now are able to access the markets and bring those supplies, essentially not in a physical sense, because physically you settle to a very small homogeneous area in these contracts, whether it used to be Chicago, it's now the Illinois waterway, and you don't actually get a warehouse receipt. You get a shipping certificate that entitles you to load out grain against the contract if you want to. So in the final 2 weeks of trading, the contract becomes a cash contract essentially, and that ensures the hedging effectiveness or that the price discovery that is occurring in these global markets is really real and accurate. So yes, I think they do work. They work very well. Obviously, they're what is happening in the U.S. now under the Dodd-Frank law that was passed a year ago. Much of that was targeted at the over-the-counter or derivative markets, which were unregulated or are unregulated until Dodd-Frank is implemented, largely so anyway. Unfortunately, a lot of the rules that are now coming out of CFTC and the SEC and the other regulatory agencies in the U.S. are actually targeting the futures markets with position limits, with new definitions of who's a bona fide hedger, with new reporting requirements, and so it's going to add cost to the market. It certainly is, and that's one of the things that has been a benefit, I think, to the market broadly in the new reality is that as this liquidity in the markets expanded, and a lot of that has come from financial players in the market, that's tightened the bid-ask spreads in these markets. It's lowered the cost of hedging, and the competition really that the exchanges have with the over-the-counter markets and with each other, with NYSE, Life, Euronext, and the CME Group. Is driving down fees that the exchanges charge. So I think the answer very much is that yes, they do work.